Hey guys, Stephen Tony here, and I am back with a new video. And this is the second in my Spagvember 2023 journey. And today we shall be looking at films watched from days 4 through 10. And the first is the Craig Hill Western, Buried Them Deep. He plays Captain Clive Norton, who is tasked by his colonel to find a gold shipment stolen by the bandit Baligan, played by Steve Reeves' former stuntman Ken Wood. And Hill's character asks for the aid of soldier turned traitor Attorney Manny, and says to him that there will be a possibility of amnesty should he agree to help. So they end up, heading off, in search of this guy Gunn. And along the way, they also had to deal with a Mexican bandit gang who also wants Wood's cache of stolen goods. This is just a hair's breadth above average in the genre. It's still entertaining enough. Unfortunately, it does utilize some stock footage from Hill's earlier film Taste of Killing, but thankfully it's edited into the film in a way that it doesn't look cheap or like it was filler for like lack of any other script ideas. So and Hill, Manny, and Wood are all great in their parts. Parts like yes, I do recommend this one as something different to check out. It's definitely not a higher up good one, but it's also not bad either. Like it's a nice middle of the road, like one that you can just sit back and enjoy. So yeah, so like that is Bury Them Deep. Okay, and the second film is Duelo Now Texas, or Duel at Texas, also known as Gunfight at Red Sands. And this was Italian genre cinema favorite Richard Harrison's second outing in the Italian Western genre. And that's also served as the not template, but it did get the ball rolling for what ended up being Sergio Leone's A Fistful of Dollars. So like we actually have Harrison and the film to thank for that. And basically, Harrison plays a guy named Gringo Martinez, who comes back from this skirmish in Mexico and finds that his father has been murdered for gold that was discovered on on the family's land. So now he has to figure out who did it and why. For a pre-Leone Western, that's isn't half bad actually. It is an above average one, like a fair above average entry. It is slightly more inclined to the American side of the Western, but it still offers, some early glimpses into what be hallmarks of the, genre to come. A only slightly annoying thing about the film is that the title song, uh, "A Gringo Like Me," that was made popular by singer Peter Tevis, is not heard in the film itself. It's actually a different guy singing it in the opening and at the ending of it, and I did not like that guy's rendition of the song at all. It earnestly sounded like he was caterwauling it. I definitely preferred Savish's rendition of the song, and really can't see why it wasn't put into the film. I'm not sure if it was a contract thing or what, but the film would have had a nice added element, like had the Tevis version actually been used in the credits. But other than that, I would say check this film out. If you're looking for something pre Leone that really doesn't look too much like a copycat of something else, then this is the film to go with. And Harrison's quite good in the film, as is Giacomo Rosie Stewart, who plays a lawman of, let's say, some dubiousness. Like y'all have to see the film to see what I'm talking about. So yeah, and that is Gunfight at Red Sands. Okay, now the next film I watched is one I haven't seen for quite a spell, actually, and that is Kori Omokori, aka A Run Man Run. Now, I do have the Blue Underground DVD of this, but I hadn't watched it in years because I like the Italian soundtracks with my spaghetti westerns, and while the Blue Underground edition had the track, it was a very poor track. At times I could barely hear anything. And I do like to hear, the language, quite honestly. So when I heard that Eureka in the UK was going to be putting out a fully restored version of Run Man Run, I knew immediately I wanted to import it because I really wanted to see the film in good quality, and Eureka just blew it out of the water. I mean, this thing is spectacular looking. In both the audio quality and the visual quality. Oh yeah, and as to the story, Thomas Malian here, he reprises his role of Cuchillo Sanchez from The Big Gun Down. It's not a sequel to that, but it does feature the same character, and basically he's arrested only on the charge of looking suspicious, and he ends up in a cell with a revolutionary poet who asks him to help him get to Texas, so he can find the gold he stashed for Juarez, and is just this really unique treasure hunt story. It was a little slower than what I remember of earlier viewings, but it's still entertaining. It's still a it is still a must watch for genre fans, and such. It may be a little long, but not a moment in the film is wasted. At least, I think anyway. And it truly is a film, written for a million. Although he has got a pretty good supporting cast in Irish actor Donald O'Brien. The Spanish Beauty, Cello Alonso, and unfortunately he isn't on the cover. But Canadian American actor John Ireland has I would say an extended cameo as a Mexican general that he does great in. So yes, a must watch if you haven't seen it yet. So that is Run Man Run. And next is Arizona Colt, starring Juliana Gemma and the always reliable baddie Fernando Sancho in their third and final pairing after the two Ringo films. Gemma does play a somewhat similar character to Ringo. He's like, a smart ass, or a wise ass, if you will, but he's far more low key in it. Basically, it starts with Sancho's character breaking these guys out of jail so he can put them into his gang of outlaws. The only one who refuses is obviously Gemma's character of Arizona. But when he gets himself involved in the troubles of a town that Sancho plans to rob, he has to make certain choices, for both his own sake and others. That's one I liked. Not as much as the first Ringo film, but it's still very entertaining. Gemma's a bit more subtle in his role as the smart aleck, and Sancho is just pure villainy at its best. So and it also offers a nice comic performance by the other Spanish actor Roberto Ardil as a double whiskey. Yeah. The film again has a slightly more American feel, as it takes place primarily in a border town, but the the elements of the Italians are still highly in there. So if like you're looking for something that has a unique blend of the two types, then you're in for a treat here. I'm here, so yeah, yeah. The now defunct company Wild East actually had this out uh, 3 times actually, as a single on DVD, and then it was on a double feature DVD, and then it got a Blu-ray not too long prior to the company closing down. But I opted for the German edition because it would have the because it would have the Italian audio and the subs. But also it has a cool interview with a prolific Italian genre screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi. That's 45. Yes, I said it. 45 minutes long. So if you want a really good interview, then this is the addition to get. And yes, Gastaldi's interview as well as the film are subtitled in English. English, yes. Definitely a film to check out, especially if you're fans of the Ringo films and these two actors here. Okay, the next film I watched is in that set, and that is The Taste of Killing. This is probably my third time, I think, watching this one as well. And it is a really good film. Sonino Valeri in his first western, after having been an assistant to Sergio Leone, really showed he learned well under the maestro's tutelage, because he takes a very basic story in a guy going after a gang in a really spectacular in a really spectacular in a spectacular way. It's not on the level of Leone or Corbucci and Castellari even, but it is still very well done. Craig Hill's lanky fellow is probably one of the most morally ambiguous anti-heroes in the history of the genre, and he does it so well. And George Martin, who was also in the Ringo films as well. He's great as the baddie in it. a must watch. Like it is a money classic in its own right. Like definitely check it out. Okay, and the second to last film I watched was The Fury of Johnny Kidd. Now, this is a very unique one because it is loosely inspired by Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And Peter Lee Lawrence and his future wife, Christina Calbo, play the play the Romeo and Juliet characters. Only in this film, instead of it being the Capulets and the Montagues fighting, it is the Campos and Mounders families fighting, and of course Lawrence and Galbo and Calbo, I should say, are stuck in the middle, and like also in like the film is Peter Martell as the Tybalt-like character, only instead of being Juliet's cousin, he's her brother, and that's one. And like also genre stalwart Pierre Lully plays a plays a plays a corrupt sheriff who works for the Campos family. If you if any of you enjoy Shakespeare or are curious about getting into him, definitely check this film out. It's a very loose adaptation, as I said, but it makes enough reference to Shakespeare's classic. It actually even references itself at one point, but I'll leave. But I'll like let you experience that for yourself. So yeah. So yeah, like that's one I think is an underrated gem because it again like mixes both types of Western well, the American kind and the Italian kind. Although this one leads more towards the Italian Italian side of the story, but it is very well worth checking out. A must see, I think. Yeah. So that is Fury of Johnny Kidd, and the final film for this video is Johnny Hamlet. This is probably one of the best takes on Shakespeare's Hamlet ever. It does check out many elements of the original play, but everything that Enzo G. Castellari does here more than makes up for what he had to take out of it. That is just pure gold in the genre, a definite hidden gem of a film. Andrea Giordano, who was a lead they really tried to push in the late 60s and early 70s. he didn't click as many of the other guys did, but here as the Hamlet character, he is fantastic. Like he was perfectly cast. Like 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 young, good looking. Had that nice facial hair going. He's really good in the part, and Gil Gilbert Roland is also great as his friend and ally Horace. Yeah, yeah, like he is great in this. Like Roland, he plays the father figure as well as the friend figure so well. And of course, I'm Horst Frank, who was the second favorite like villain after Klaus Kinski. From the group of German actors worked in the genre. He's great as the Claudius role, and who's actually a much more interesting Claudius than how Shakespeare even wrote him. So yeah, so yeah, again, if you love Shakespeare, or if you're or if you're curious, definitely check this one out. That has a great opening. Involving the lead's dream, and some of the first lines spoken are actually from Shakespeare's play itself. So stuff like just a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and that will actually do it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a like and a comment if like you will. Let me know if any of these titles piqued your curiosity. If you have seen them, what you like what you have thought of them, and please also hit that bell notification button if you haven't subscribed already. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.